This event is being hosted by Towards Zero Waste, a nonprofit dedicated to promoting waste conscious living in North Carolina through inspiration, education, and action, because every small change matters. The Towards Zero Waste Makers community was created as a place to share ideas, patterns, recipes, and projects that begin to build a zero waste mindset and focus on the reduce, repair, and repurpose principles. We also have a Facebook community. You might have found this event through there. So that's free to join just to the public. So that's where we share most of these ideas. So if you want any more of that, make sure to join our Facebook group. And before we get into the gift ideas, I kind of wanted to have you all think about what the holidays mean to you. Along with gift giving traditions, the holidays can be a time to reflect and be grateful for what we already have. Sometimes we might feel pressured to buy into marketing and buy things that we don't really need, but we have the chance to be mindful and make a choice that's better for the environment and the recipient. So now we'll jump into the content that you all came for. All right. The first category of gift giving would be kind of like experience gifts. So you can give the gift of experience this holiday season. There's truly something for everybody in this. Kind of like if you have creative family members, you could opt for something like lessons. They're a great opportunity to support local creative businesses and learn new skills. You can search for local studios offering ceramics, painting, jewelry making lessons. The recipient will often be able to take their creation home with them. So whatever they make in the actual lesson, you'll end up getting a gift kind of through that process. And it could also be the start of a new hobby. I personally have given ceramics lessons to family members, and it's a really great opportunity to kind of like test out a new skill and get your hands in something. So I would highly recommend lesson gifts. You can also opt for more of a relaxing gift. And after another year and a busy holiday season, there's nothing like the gift of relaxation. You can think massages, spa packages, yoga classes. They're all great ideas for loved ones. And that's obviously varying depending on what you think the person would like the most. I've also given out spa like gift cards to like local ones. So there's definitely something for everybody there. You can also get out experience gifts like entertainment and adventure. Think about concert tickets, theater performances, or like indoor skydiving if you have like a thrill seeker type person in your family. They're super cool gifts to create memories that will last a lifetime. So even though you're just giving this one gift, you know, that's something that they'll think about for years to come. And you can always get an additional ticket to the concert or theater performance for yourself as well. So you get to have that memory with them. The holidays are also a perfect time to donate to causes on behalf of others. So thinking about charitable gifts, you can put the same money that you would spend on a gift for someone else towards a charity or planting a tree. It's a great way to reduce your impact because it's obviously, you know, you could do a cause that's giving back to the earth. You could even sponsor someone in a 5K run or a different type of fundraiser. You can also donate your time through volunteering for a cause that you believe in. If you like the content that Towards Zero Waste provides through events like this one, this is just a little shameless plug, but you can consider donating to us through our website as well. All right. Another kind of idea for gift giving is to pass it down. You can shop secondhand and vintage. Some of the best gifts are the ones that have, you know, lived many lives. You can find home decor, art, accessories, and all of these things at secondhand and vintage shops. It's a great way to get a unique gift. For things like clothes, you can check out thrift stores, ThredUp, Depop, Object Limited, and Gem. Those are all kind of like online options to find clothing items for people. And then another idea is heirlooms. The holidays comes with a lot of time spent with your family, so it could be a chance to really explore your family history through passing down heirlooms to like future generations. You could pass down items like jewelry, accessories, paintings, furniture, anything that has a special memory attached to it. Maybe you have like a family mixing bowl that you're making all of the cookies with. And, this could be a good time to kind of like pass that down and keep traditions alive. Treasured items that are more likely to be taken care of in your family, and that gives them a chance to last even longer than one lifetime. So that's definitely like a waste conscious gift idea. Now on to DIY gifts, which is what the makers group is all about. We want you to kind of like play to your strengths here and get creative. So if you know how to knit, crochet, sew, or make anything specifically, now is a great time to put that skill to use. Some projects could include knitted scarves or sewn tote bags, wink, wink. The options are endless, but it will make your life a lot easier if you batch make for all of your friends and family. So, kind of pick one thing and just make a bunch of those this holiday. So along with the DIY gifts, we wanted to give you some ideas of things that you could make. This is just a super easy and inexpensive sugar scrub recipe. It is only 3 ingredients and you can customize it however you'd like, basically the scent. You could also mess around with the different types of oils or sugars that you want to use, but basically it's just 2 cups of sugar to 1 cup of oil with 15 drops of essential oil of your choice. You basically just add them to a mixing bowl and combine them, and then you can add in the essential oil and make sure it's all incorporated. The key to this is just kind of getting the right consistency. So basically you can just kind of feel it and make sure that it's gonna retain some sort of like a crumbly texture, but not super dissolved. And another option for packaging is to use a repurposed jar. So if you save your salsa jar or whatever, and if you're a jar lady, like quite a few of us in here, you could just repurpose those instead of, buying new. So after you've added a gift tag on there, you can wrap using the Furoshiki method, which is cloth wrapping. So this is a great low waste self-care gift. And then keeping on with the self-care, if you want to create a whole spa gift set, you could try out bath bombs. They only require a few more ingredients, and they really elevate your whole bath spa experience. So this one has a list of all of the ingredients on here. Citric acid is probably one of the harder ones to find, but it's not too difficult. And yeah, so you basically just combine all the ingredients. And the key here is also kind of like the texture. So you want to add water physically until it can like form into the molds and be packed together, kind of like you're making a snowball. And then you don't want it to get too wet. So you have to kind of like ease into that one. And then once it's packable, you fill it into the molds and just let them dry. So another idea for low waste gifts is to help your community stay vibrant by buying gifts from local small businesses and restaurants. You can buy gift vouchers for all of your favorite restaurants, bakeries, and low waste stores. We have a few resources here. You can check out the North Carolina Green Business Directory for local options. And the Plastic Score app has waste conscious restaurants that you could support. So all you have to do is register and download the app and find out what restaurants near you or wherever your family members and friends live and kind of support them that way. All right, so once you've decided what gift to give, it's time for wrapping. While you can use newspaper or other repurposed wrapping items from years past, we wanted to introduce Furoshiki, which is Japanese fabric wrapping. It's been used for over 1,200 years for a variety of purposes, including gift giving. basically all you'll need is some sort of fabric. You can use scarves, sheets, pillowcases, bandanas, cloth napkins, and other secondhand fabrics to wrap pretty much anything you would normally. For optimal results, you do kind of want to lean towards a square piece of fabric. That's just going to apply to most of the techniques. And the great thing about fabric wrapping is that the cloth itself can be reused by the recipient for its original purpose, like the napkin or scarf. But you can also, use that again for the next gift that you give. So it's kind of a win-win situation. Now we're going to welcome on our very own Towards Zero Waste co-founder, Dargan, who has learned some of the Furoshiki wrapping techniques and was kind enough to join us tonight for a demonstration of a few of the methods. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now.
Okay, let me just make sure. Okay, can you see that, everybody? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to show you 5 of the different wrapping techniques that I use frequently, and I'll bring them out one at a time. But I want you to I want to note that everything I have on the table, I've had real furoshiki wraps before, but everything I'm using today is they're scarves or fabric scraps that I reused. And the real furoshiki wraps are amazing, but being a zero waster, I tend to use scraps that I find and cloths that I find in thrift stores and things like that. So the first one I'm going to show you is the classic box. If I can get it undone. And this is a scarf that I think I found it at a thrift shop. And typically when you do these, the fabric, the pretty side of the fabric goes out. So what you do is you place your item, and this is like a square shape in the center, and I'm going to make a flower. So you bring the top 2 parts together. Can you see this okay, Kaylin?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So you bring the top 2 parts together and you make your first knot. And then this is really simple. You bring your second 2 parts together. I love how easy this is. And you make your second knot. And this is a kind of a thinner fabric, but you can, if you have something that's a little stiffer, you can kind of, I don't know if you can see that, you can make the petals almost look like a flower, if that makes sense. So easy and simple. And the second one I'm going to do is for a rectangular shape. And again, you're still using the square. This is some material that I found, gosh, I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And I've been using this and giving this ever since. It's amazing. A lot of people give this back to me. They'll rewrap and give it back to me the next year. So same thing. You put the pretty side out and you put your item, and this is, again, you were talking, Caleb, about shameless post. It's a friend of mine who wrote this book. So you put it in the triangle. You don't put it facing like a square. You take one side and wrap it over, and then it just turns into a fold and a roll. And sometimes if the roll doesn't fit exactly, I'll actually fold the bottom over so that it stays. And then you simply gather the sides. And you can play with it. This is kind of a stiff fabric. The furoshiki, the real fabric, is very, it's stiff, but it's not too stiff. So you can make the pretty flowers and the leaves and the, I don't know what you call these the flaps. You can open them up real well like that. Okay. And so there you have a rectangular object. And I'm going to do, let's see, this is a wine bottle, and it has a nice little holder here. And again, this is fabric that I got on sale, I believe after Christmas again, years ago. And by the way, we celebrate Christmas in my house. So the night before Christmas, I have a whole bunch of not just these cloth wraps, but I do have really large cloth wraps. I have bags, fabric bags that I've used, and we actually put them at the bottom of the tree every year. And Santa comes and he actually uses what we leave to wrap all the presents in. So that's kind of how we do that in our house. So sorry, you put your wine in the middle. You bring two sides up and you tie a knot. And this kind of has to be a little tight. It's a little tricky, obviously, because you're doing it at the top of a wine bottle. And then, oh, sorry, best to do a double knot. Some people actually use rubber bands when you get to this point to hold it up to the top. I'm gonna do a double knot so it stays. Then you take your side pieces and you actually wrap them. Sorry about that. Wrap them around and behind. And I'm going to turn it toward me so I can make it pretty. Let's see, around and behind, and then you just simply tie a knot in the front at the base of the neck of the wine bottle. And I will say, if you go online, you can find other ways to do this particular, the single wine bottle. There's a way to do it that actually has these beautiful folds at the top. I'm not that talented yet. So I just tied a double knot and I made the little petals. And then you untie the top here. And if you have enough fabric, you can, I'll show you this because it's probably out of the screen, make a little handle. So you've got the wine bottle and then the handle to carry it with. And now I'll show you all the double wine bottle. This is a scarf that I found on sale somewhere. So the best part about this gift is you not only do you get 2 bottles of wine, but you get a scarf too. All right, and again, you're going to put the pretty side out. And this scarf has these little pretty details. So I'm going to put these on the sides because this is what I want to show at the end, on the end result. So again, you're having a diamond. Put your wine bottles next to each other in the middle of the diamond, and then drop them each pointing toward the edges of the diamond. You're going to take the bottom half of the diamond, fold it over, and then roll. I've got a tag here that you can see, so at the end I'm going to tuck that in. I'll show you how to do that. So roll, I'm going to tuck the tag. I'm going to stop when the tag hits the very bottom because that's going to be the bottom of the wine carrying case. This is a pretty sheer fabric, which is really easy to work with. And you can make this, you can fiddle with this to make it prettier when you tie the knots to make sure you don't have any excess fabric hanging out. And then you simply tie a knot at the top. And you have a double carrying case. And this is a kind of a big one, but you see it's got the pretty little tassels there at the bottom. And the last thing I'm going to show you, if you have a strange shape, and I honestly, I haven't found this. Somebody taught me this a long time ago, and I can't find it online. Maybe somebody else could who's better with computers, but this is for shapes that are not triangular, like a book, or square, like a square package. So you could have this. This is just a singing bowl that my son gave me one year. And he made this little bowl on the bottom, so it just sits in here like that. And so this could be a bowl of, you know, homemade cookies that you're taking to somebody's house. And this again is a little handkerchief that I found at a thrift store, I think. So, and again, I have not seen this anywhere, but so what you do is you take the bottom two, this is, you're deviating from your standard triangle for your diamond. You're going to a square. You take the bottom two pieces of the square and you simply tie a knot. And you can actually do this without something in here and then fill it later if you want with, like, say, candy or something. Then you take the other two pieces and you tie a knot. And so once you get to this point, you just work the knot in on both sides until you've got it pretty tight. And again, you can play with the knot to make sure you don't have these extra pieces of fabric hanging out, but in the interest of time, I won't worry about those. Then, so you have your two knots, you switch sides and you tie one knot on one side, and then on the other side, you tie the other knot to secure the package. And then you can play with the petals to, again, make it look like kind of a flower, these extra pieces that are hanging out. So I've seen people do this and they'll put, they'll get to that place where they can just fill it, and they'll fill it with a bunch of, you know, bath bombs or different things that they've made. And so there you have your odd shaped gift. All right, and that's all I have.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Dargan. That was amazing. And I did just want to mention that obviously she's shown you a few techniques, but once you Google how to wrap, fill in the blank, there will be other tutorials and visual aids to help you with anything that you need to wrap. So that's super great. And I'm going to go ahead and share the presentation again. All right. So this is some of the examples of visual aids that you'll find online. And this is going to be in the presentation going out to you guys afterwards. So. All right, well, we've got a few minutes left and we wanted to end with the opportunity for anyone to share additional ideas that they have. So you can go ahead and either post those in the chat now or turn on your mic and share if you'd like to. We are going to write them down, so these will be going out to the community afterwards as well. So does anybody have some ideas they'd like to share?
I just asked everybody to unmute. Oh, do you want to maybe stop sharing your screen?
Yeah.
And then maybe that way, yeah, there we go.
Cool.
I heard somebody speaking. You're trying to.
I'll give one of mine. One of my gifts that I've been giving recently is I use Compost Now, which is a compost company that is in Raleigh, but I know that there's Crown Compost down in Charlotte. I'm not sure how much of Charlotte they're covering, but I usually give like a 3-month gift certificate so people can kind of see. It's a great service that you don't have to have a compost bin in your backyard. You can do this. And so I've given this as a gift 3 or 4 times, and then people stay on. And so it's a great way to get somebody to start something new.
Definitely.
I love that. And I've got some little ideas here. If anybody is into sewing, these are just gifts that have been given to me. This is a water bottle, a kid's water bottle that my mother-in-law gave to all 3 of my children, and this has been invaluable. And you can find, just Pinterest the pattern, it's there, or just Google it. You can find it anywhere. And I use this all the time. This is a little, it was made out of a plate. I've broken the string several times, so I have retied it so I can't flatten it out of the way. But this is a jewelry bag, and it was made from the pattern of a plate of 2 plates, a plate and then a salad plate. And so you can see the inside is the salad plate, and it's sewn with little pockets. And so you just, and you can find this online. It's very easy. You just cinch it up and it's a little jewelry tote. So those are two little ideas that if anybody's a sewer, that they can give to people.
Definitely. I wanted to share as well. We have a fellow maker in our community group who has a company on Facebook called Black Cat Masks. So if you're looking for if you don't sew yourself, but you want some like simple, masks and bags and things like that, definitely go support them. And also, I saw someone in the chat was saying that they like Project Repat as well. But if you were one of the many that got t-shirts for basically everything growing up, it's a great way to upcycle them, and you basically can send the t-shirts to Project Repat and they'll turn them into a t-shirt quilt for you, so you can get a gift card for anybody who you know that needs that, and it's super great. So that's another idea.
Someone in the chat is saying that they gave their partner Headspace, which I've never heard of before. I don't know what that is exactly.
Yeah, I think it's like a meditation app. So that's super good.
That's
Definitely on the
good.
self-care ideas as well. And
Fantastic.
I don't know if this is in the NC Business Directory, but if it's not, I will put it in. There's a company in North Carolina called River Organics, and they have low waste makeup. So if you know somebody that wants some makeup that's kind of in compostable paper tubes, that's a good idea for like beauty lovers to try out some low waste makeup and support a local business as well.
I wish someone would come up with some wrapping ideas using COVID masks, because there's so many of those circulating around.
That would be brilliant. That would be really brilliant. I'm sure you could take them and sew them together, right? At some point, and come up with
yeah, I don't sew, but there's got to be a way to
be a
use
way.
those for something.
The makers group will find a way at some point.
They will.
We'll tap into it.
They will. And I saw somebody mentioned Pearl Soho has an easy drawstring bag. Oh, that's good to know. Great for gift bags. Yeah, I have a million. It's amazing what I use for gift bags. Like my mother-in-law, she's made me lots of gift bags, but this is a bag that I actually use, and it's my sheets came in it one year, and so I've just been reusing it as a gift. It's a gift bag, and sometimes the kids they can draw on it or whatever. But I have several of them, so get creative.
All right. Well, we're kind of at the end of our time now, so do we want to go ahead and pick the giveaway?
Yes.
winner?
Okay. So while you were talking, we had one of my children came in and picked Yasmin Mehmet randomly. So you are the winner of the giveaway.
Awesome. Yay, Yasmin.
And if you did not, if your name is not the same as when you registered via Eventbrite, please email us and let us know. I'll put my email in the chat just so you have it.
So we'll go ahead and reach out to you, and I'll be sending you a cute little Towards Zero Waste goodie bag of some of the ideas that we talked about today. So you'll get a little low waste gift coming to you.
Congratulations.
That you could obviously keep or gift away as well. So awesome.
Love the regifting. Regifting's fine.
Yay. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much to everybody who's joined us this evening. We hope that you learned something and will consider these low waste gifting ideas this holiday season. We're going to be sending out an email after the event with the links to our website, Facebook group, and the information that we shared during this presentation, so you can refer back to it and share it to everyone else. We'll also be contacting Yasmin as well about the giveaway. So we hope to see you all soon, and have a great holiday.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye.